Yo, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Okay, so just got finished watching the Justice League after binge watching the heck out of freaking Punisher. Been awake since 1 in the a.m. That's a pretty good cycle. I'm going to do this non-spoiler review, and then a couple minutes later I'll do a spoiler review. So right now I'm going to say I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan. There were a couple of good parts in here that didn't even make me smile. Look, guys, again, I'm a comic book fan. Just there is no Marvel DC. Just if you find someone playing a Marvel versus DC fan, walk away from that person. If you are that person, walk away from that person. Honestly, guys, this look. You know what I'm especially. Here's the thing. I'm not mad at this. What I am is I didn't have my excitement up. I actually thought this movie was going to suck. It didn't suck. It did not suck. But I saw this. What was it? Comic Book Movie. All right, I think it was Comic Book Movie who put out this review yesterday. I think it was. Said just they got like 5 people, 6 people, something like that, and they just kept on going to spot interviews with these people, and only these people. They didn't go and take in like a horde of people or anything like that. They just did these individual things where, guys wearing Justice League shirts and a couple girls and whatever, and like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and the girls were like, Henry Cavill is so hot. Yeah. Yeah, it was, whatever. It was literally the same exact people that they were interviewing. Here's this part of the interview. Next person, next person, next person. Here's this part of the interview. Next person, next person, next person. It's like 5 or 6 people. And they were all like, oh my God, it was so good. I was like, do not let me find out that they're screwing me over. They're screwing me over. Guys, honestly, in the comments below, I want to hear. If you went to see this movie, please tell me what the audience was like in your movie. Because the audience laughed at one scene in the entire movie. I'm going to tell you what it is because it's not a spoiler. It was one of the things that were in the commercial. It was right in the beginning when Batman is trying to recruit the Flash. That, little scene that you already saw in the trailers. All of the trailers. Don't go any further. I'll join. Stop right there. I'm in. Yeah, I don't have friends. I find it hard to make friends. Like that little awkward scene. That was him the entire movie. That was him the entire movie. All right? That was the only time that anybody laughed. And it was more like a awkward chuckle. Like, we have to laugh. Nobody laughed. Nobody made a noise afterwards. Except there was one special needs girl who kept on talking throughout. Whatever. God bless her, but oh my God. Anyway, so the theater was packed. Make no mistake. It wasn't sold out. The entire, front screen row, no, that was empty. That was empty. There was like maybe 6 of us sitting there, and I sat there because I got in there just as the movie was starting. Just as it was starting. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit there, trying to adjust my eyes. Like, I'm not going to try and go back there and figure it out. But like afterwards, I could see that it was pretty full. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it was full. There were spot seats all over the place, but just people don't want to sit next to each other. But yeah, it was full enough. But the movie was just it was one of those things where it's like they could have done better. I'm going to tell you what my main problem with this movie is. There's too much time in between the movies. All right? It was one of those kind of situations where it's like, here's this movie, and everybody's missing Superman. Everybody's like, hope seems to be gone from the world. I'm sorry, can anybody please point out to a single scene in any movie, any of the DC movies so far that's in the cinematic universe, besides that one where he goes to South Africa and for absolutely no reason they're worshiping him as freaking the second coming of Christ. Aside from that, please tell me, they're in South America they're worshiping white Jesus. Sure. Tell me one scene where people thought that Superman was actually Hope. Even the scene where they addressed it in the Man of Steel. Lois Lane, Amy Adams, she's like, yeah, well, here on Earth it's an S. What was I looking at here? So here it's just like, feels like hope is gone. That was right in the very beginning of the movie. Hope is gone. When did we ever have hope then in the movie? That's my question. The movie didn't earn. It didn't earn missing Superman because nobody cared. People thought that he was some kind of a super terrorist for the previous movie, the Batman vs Superman translation Justice League preview. All right, they thought that he was a terrorist the entire time. People like Batman better than they like Superman the whole time. The movie didn't earn anybody missing Superman or suddenly realizing what the world had lost. It didn't earn it. It was not there. So I could not invest myself in the movie. I tried the entire time, guys, I swear to God Almighty, or white Jesus with an S on his chest, I swear I tried so hard to be invested in this movie. The entire time. I tried. Even at the very end, there was one guy who tried to do a little clap. He tried doing the slow clap and bringing it died really quick. Nobody was feeling it. And most of the people got up, and I said to the couple sitting to my right, there were three people, a mother and the two kids, like, you know, because I saw one of the end credit scenes. There's two of them, by the way. I said, you know, there's going to be two end credit scenes. And the boy looked at me and was like, yeah, I don't care. It's a true story. And I'm just like, wow. And I feel him, but I'm going to try and get my money's worth out of this. The movie didn't earn Superman coming back. Okay, it's if you think that's a spoiler, sorry, everybody know it. There kind of was a Green Lantern in the movie but it wasn't worth it. There kind of was, I don't know if it was supposed to be Zeus or if it was supposed to be Hercules, not Hercules, Shazam, like a version of, or the actual Shazam, not, you know, the Billy Batson version, but there was a version of something there. Cool. And yeah, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't anything special. And if anything, it belittled them and made it look like the Justice League was something, I don't know. I'm going to get more into that in my spoilers review. I don't feel that this movie, I feel like there was a movie missing. You know what I'm saying? And the movie would have had to have been sometime in between Superman being alive and Superman being dead, which means it would have had to come in right before the Doomsday battle in BVS. You know what I'm saying? If there were another movie implanted there, where all of a sudden Superman proved that he is, you need me. I just wasn't buying it. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe the movie. First movie is too dark to see any hope. Yeah. Yeah, and nobody sat there and looked at it like, yeah. Let's talk about the other characters real quick while I can. Aquaman he tried to be funny. Look, he had a lot of shirtless scenes. And straight guy that I am, I haven't thought about what he must be like in bed because the guy's freaking gorgeous. I'm saying, okay, that aside, married man, happily married man, never experimented, don't want to. But if, like, let's say Jason Momoa knew somebody who I knew and they had sex with that person, I would probably say, like, he was good, right? Come on, be honest, right? Because, like, wow, he really did look good. He looked the part. He looked close enough the part to Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had the highlights in his hair, He had the tattoos all down his chest. He was freaking chiseled as hell. But he was a surfer dude. Just like I knew was going to happen, just like you could hear it in there, they didn't even change that. He was a surfer dude, It was like, dressed like a bat. You were the one who brought a pitchfork to the battle. Okay. I really wanted to like him. I can't tell you how much. Like, if there was anybody I wanted, how everybody like wanted to like Wonder Woman because they had to like Wonder Woman. We had to like Wonder Woman. We had to ignore all of the flaws and whatnot. That's how I was with Aquaman in this movie. I'm like, I know I was biased, but I went in there just thinking any little thing that he does, you gotta like it. Like, those weren't words that I actually said, but that I knew that's what I was emoting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I needed to like Aquaman in here, because I love Aquaman. I don't care if nobody watches my Aquaman reviews. I love Aquaman, and I needed him to be good. It was a stupid thing. I felt like I needed him to be good, and I was not impressed. And Batman in this was just punked out every single time. He did not have a single cool scene in this movie. My opinion. Maybe somebody would be like, no, there was I know. Right in the very beginning, there was kind of something. And I will say this: the beginning of the movie seemed a lot. It was definitely geared after the New 52 Justice League, the first book. You know what I'm saying? The first volume. You know what I'm saying? Just that first issue, all right? With Batman versus the Parademon, you know? And thing, yeah, all that stuff. Like that kind of happened in here for the most part. God, my God. Like that's another big thing. They're sticking to their guns in every way, shape, and form, and they're saying, no, 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 no. We are going with it. We're sticking with the New 52 in this. Guys, have people in charge of this movie, have we not learned our lesson that people, for the most part, view the New 52 universe very negatively? All right? We're in love with the rebirth. Of course, we loved everything that happened before, you know, like up to Flashpoint. Flashpoint was nice as an alternate timeline Elseworlds thing. And then you actually gave it to us and said it's a New 52. And it's like, I didn't sign up for this. These are not my heroes. Cyborg was good in that. Let me tell you about Cyborg in this. He did say booyah once. I did not effing buy it. And I was actually... I didn't buy popcorn. I didn't buy anything when I went to this movie. I actually thought about standing through the whole movie because I'd been sitting down watching Punisher all day. You know what I'm saying? All morning, all everything. So I actually thought about just standing throughout the movie. And I decided, no, I'm not. But I'm telling you right now, when he said booyah, I was so pissed off at how lazy it was. I swear to God, I probably would have thrown something at the freaking screen. I probably would have thrown something at the screen. I was so angry at how lazy. How do you mess up booyah? All of us who watched the Teen Titans and just fell in love with that. And it's just, you know, we saw him in there, booyah, 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 all this other stuff. I swear to God, I never want to see this actor, and if you can call him that, in another movie again. I don't care if it's superhero related or not. He was so dry. Let me tell you something right now. You want an example? Aside from one little snicker moment that he has, not the candy bar, a little, you know, chuckle thing that he has with Superman at one point, aside from that one scene, and this includes the booyah scene, I swear to God, Arnold Schwarzenegger had more emotive scenes in the first Terminator movies. In the first Terminator movie. That's how serious I am about how horrible he was in this. And if it was his direction to act like that, he should have said, F you, I read a comic book. So horrible. And the CGI was noticeable throughout the movie. Like, I'm reminded, I hate the whole Marvel vs. DC thing. And there was one part, I'm getting a little animated now, right? This is I debated the entire bus ride home, and I stopped off at a bookstore just to look at actual comic books. You know what I'm saying? Before I came home. Graphic novels at the store. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this stuff, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, the scenes in here. I swear to God, like, what were they thinking about? What were they thinking about with the things that they had these people doing in here? You know what? Let me tell you, this is not a spoiler, but I'm going to make a joke and say it's a spoiler. You want to see Wonder Woman in the entire movie? Ah! The entire movie. The whole entire movie. That's pretty much all she did. It's like it worked in the first time that we saw it, where it was like, you know, in the trailers we saw it for the Wonder Woman movie, where she did and everybody got bounced back and it was like, you know, where she never bothered to ask, hey, what is that, by the way? Am I the chosen one? Am I Neo? You know what I'm saying? And then later, and then she, you know, did it a couple more times and whatnot, and it's like, okay, yeah, we'll buy it. Fine. I don't think she did it only 6 times in this movie. And she did it when it was times where, you know how it's like powerful enough to kill a god? She did it point blank in the face of a regular guy. A regular guy. So that guy's dead. Wonder Woman was not inspirational in this movie at all. At all. I don't know who that person was in here. You could sit here and say, look, she's gorgeous. If she weren't as gorgeous as she looked, can you honestly tell me that you would accept her as Wonder Woman? Come on. The entire movie. After a while, it gets old. It gets old. You know, like, what the hell am I looking at here? Who else was in this movie? Oh, yeah, here comes the Flash. There was a race between Superman and the Flash in this. If you're a Flash fan, you're going to be pissed off, and you're going to want to throw something in the movie theater, too. All right, that's it. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Seriously, yeah, you're going to get infuriated. And I'm done. I'm going to now go on to my spoiler review. Oh, well, actually, I got some comments here. Sorry. I mostly liked Woman. Raven, you saw it? Awesome. Downloading the movie now. And you know what? In Australia, dude, I had to download movies, or I streamed movies on illegal. Where's it illegal? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't illegal in Saudi Arabia. Believe me, it was open and encouraged. And I actually had to go down. Like the only reason why I started doing that is because when I would buy the DVDs down at like the bazaars and local shops, I realized that they were every single one of them, they were all bootlegs. So it's like, I could pay this guy $5, which $5 equates to about $2. Not even $1.75, $1.70 for this bootleg movie. Or I could just download it myself, stream it. I would just stream it myself. That's what I want to be doing. So, because there are no movie theaters in Saudi Arabia, except in Aramco. And I didn't work for Aramco, so I couldn't go into Aramco City. So, yeah, I had to do it there. I don't know what your situation is, so I'm not even going to blame you for that. Not even going to blame you for that, brother. Sean said, "Dry by Aya Wakamoto. Hey, Bill, make yourself happy and look at your Twitter messages." Where's my phone? Oh, jeez. P.A. Stewart, from the way you described the movie, did they even read the Justice League comics or watch the animated series? No. No, they did not watch the animated series. I would take all 4 seasons of the animated series, that Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. I would take that any day of the week over this. If I would have gone in there and seen a couple episodes. You know what? They actually had the Batman, the animated theme in there at one point when Batman was doing something. They actually had the animated theme, and I was like, oh, huh, that's cool. And that was the only time I said that throughout the entire movie. Only time. All right, it's taking forever for it to load. I might have to do this during the next one. Come on. Get to my... No, what is this? I see the mirror variant. Sorry, brother, I don't see anything else. I got the mirror variant. I saw that stuff before. I just didn't respond. Sorry. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, Mira was in this. Pointless. At one point, Mira's appearance in this was pointless. At one point, she is it a spoiler? At one point, they're both underwater. Her and Aquaman are underwater, and they meet for the first time. And she makes a whirlwind, and then makes the water disappear in a big, kind of like bubble thing. And there's just oxygen in the middle, so they could talk to each other. Sorry, Atlanteans can't talk to each other in the water. And on top of that, since they're so far under the ocean, I don't care how fast you spin the water. Where the hell did that oxygen come from? Where'd that oxygen come from? Think about that. So, no, sorry, I have to see this Sunday. Brother, see if you can go matinee, man. Sean, see if you can go matinee. Honestly, man, like, if you guys like this movie, please tell me in the description what you liked about the movie. Go into exasperating detail. Maybe I'll see something that I didn't, but okay. I'm gonna bounce out of here. I'm gonna set up the spoiler review, and I'm gonna go, at least in the very beginning, I'm gonna go pretty much scene for scene. I'm so bothered. I knew I was wasting my money seeing this. And you know what? I might go and see if Lewis from the Geek Fortress put up his review first. It was actually him calling me when I was like a half hour into the last episode of Punisher, where he's like, "Hey, I'm in the theater now seeing Justice League." He's like, "Yeah, I should go see this." I didn't want to. I kind of wish I didn't. I swear to God, I kind of wish I didn't. I really wish I would have saved the money. $17.99 Canadian plus tax, I guess. Such a waste of money. I really wish I would have saved that and just went and gotten like another figure or something like that instead. Swear to God, it was really that bad. I would rather have gotten a figure than watch that movie. Oh my God. All right, guys. You know what? Get a DLC for your freaking video game before you go see this movie. That's my opinion. And just whatever. I hate coming down on somebody's vision and all that stuff. Not at the expense of my money. That was sad. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.